So welcome back to Orchid House. I'm Olivier in Fort Lauderdale, and today I want to talk about fertilizers, but before we do that I need to show you this beautiful bulbophyllum diarrhea. And like all bulbophyllum, they have that swivel there on the lip. Look at that. That moves back and forth. And this one is a magnificent color. And it doesn't have a bad smell, because bulbophyllums have a bad reputation. So there's already another one coming here. Last year I had several growing, small plants still, but they keep on blooming over a period of time, so this is really cool. So now let's talk about fertilizers. I get the question regularly, what do I recommend, what brand do I recommend for fertilizing? So I want to set the record straight. So my philosophy is that fertilizing is icing on the cake of orchid growing. So by this I mean that if you get the watering right, the light is good, the temperature is what the plant needs, you have the right potting and all that good stuff, then fertilizing, will just improve your results. You may have bigger flowers, more flowers, bigger plants. That's going to make it better. If you get everything wrong, I mean you overwater, the light is terrible, you can fertilize all you want, you're not going to achieve anything. So in the learning curve on how to grow orchids, fertilizing comes last. Just like the icing on the cake, it's at the very end of the recipe. Well, it should be. Well, the same thing for orchid growing. So fertilizing is good, it's very good practice, it will get you better results, but it's not as important as all the other factors. And then before talking about brands, I think there's good practices that are important. The one that sticks, typically they say you have to fertilize weekly. Now the first weekly is WEE, which means every week, obviously. So you make it a habit. I do it on Sunday morning because it's quieter, and that's a good way to stick to your schedule. And then weekly WEA, so at a week dosage. Typically it's meant that you're going to use half of the recommended dosage on the package, or maybe a quarter, but not all of it. Why? Well, these fertilizing companies, they want you to buy as much fertilizers as you can, and they kind of exaggerate the needs. On top of that, over fertilizing is not good. You can have leaf burn. The fertilizers release salts in the medium, and the accumulation of salts eventually turns toxic. So then you have to repot your plant. So you repot the plant because it has basically taken up the entire space in your pot, but also because the medium degrades, and one of the reasons why it degrades is also because there's too many salts from these fertilizers. A way to take care of the extra salt, you leach your medium every month. So once a month you really soak it real good. Torrential rain, or your hose over the pot, and then you see the water drain through the pot, and that really takes care of a lot of the excess salts in there. Another way is to add charcoal to your medium, because charcoal absorbs these salts. So you see, I haven't talked about brands yet. I think these best practices are important. In the summer you may fertilize more than weekly, every week, for certain genera like Vandas, Caracidum, Stenopias, who are extremely hungry plants with excessive fast growing modes, because most orchids grow very slowly, those grow fast, so they may need more fertilizing. And then in the winter, for us here in Florida, January for sure, and maybe late December, early February, the temperatures are much lower. The plants for the most part are either dormant or on a very low pace, and so you don't really need the fertilizing, so you can forgo the fertilizing at that point in time. So now which brand? Well, I don't know. So I do not put all my eggs in the same basket, and I have 4 weeks in a month typically, sometimes 5, but I alternate different types of fertilizers. I mean, I don't even know how they come up with this fertilizer is better than the other one. I mean, you have these guys that tell you this is the best you'll find, and maybe it is, but I don't know, and so I just alternate, and by doing this I think I'm gonna probably have better results. And even only one of the 4 is good for that particular plant, still fertilizing once a month should give you good results. So besides fertilizing, you can use seaweed extract. I use Kelpak, which is odorless. You should consider that more like vitamin rather than a fertilizer. It just enhances the health of your plant in general, so that's a good thing. You can also consider adding Epsom salt once a month to add magnesium to your plants. That's only if you have a lack of magnesium. If you, for instance, you only use rainwater and very little fertilizing, you probably want to add some magnesium. Too much magnesium is toxic too, so it's always a matter of balance. And here in America, at least, you have these Epsom salts with lavender smell and whatever. I don't know what the rest is, but the plant doesn't care. So any type of Epsom salt will work for you. So that's it about fertilizing. No recommended brand. I do like the Cal Mag that they sell here in South Florida. I think it's 20-15-20, and then with added calcium and magnesium. But like I said, I just alternate different brands. And again, right before we let you go, that bulbophyllum diarrhoeae, an absolute beauty, gorgeous plant. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time. Bye bye.